What up, everybody? How's it going? And welcome back to the show. You're now tuned in to Two Real from Mainstream, and I'm your one and only host. Today, as promised, you guys, as promised, regardless of how the conference championships turned out, as promised, I told you guys I was going to drop upload or do a live before game one. So, as promised, I got to do it. Now, even though, as I said, I told you guys, if you guys are already subscribed to the channel before I started leading y'all down that trail of breadcrumbs, before we get started and we start cooking in here, because we're going to cook for a little bit, just for a little bit. I won't keep y'all too long. But before we start cooking, I want for you guys that are subscribed to my channel already, you guys already remember me saying this previously, about a week ago. I told you guys I would put up a video and I will let you guys know the picks. And I said, depending on how the outcome happened, I said, I know already one of the two teams that I picked, I said would be in the final, made it to the finals, and that was the Miami Heats. But unfortunately, the Lakers did not make the finals, which, you know, saying that would have been, like I said, I told you, if the league kept continuing to carry LeBron James, which they didn't, that was good. I think personally, the Miami Heat versus the Denver Nuggets is going to be a better NBA finals for people to watch, actually, and even to talk about and enjoy. I think this is going to be a good NBA finals, but who knows though. But as promised, so you know what I'm saying, just to let you guys know that I told you guys, I already knew. I wasn't too sure about the Los Angeles Lakers, because you never know. I felt something was telling me that, the league was trying to continue to carry LeBron James, basically to kind of not basically to, on his last little ride out. Who knows, this may be his last year or it may not be his last year, but it's still, we can tell. Obviously, I don't know about you guys, but this is definitely the end of the whole LeBron James era. But anyways, so the Denver Nuggets wind up sweeping them. So basically, now we have the Miami Heat facing off against the Denver Nuggets in the 2023 NBA Finals. And I'm just gonna get straight to it. I'm going to tell you guys, personally, basically, I think personally, and I believe, as I said, I'm not claiming to be no prophet, or I'm not no one of your sports announcers or those anchors on the sports channels and all that. I'm not that. I'm just telling you guys my opinion. My opinion is, I think that basically how this is going to turn out and this storyline is going to turn out, I think that personally that the Miami Heat is going, and Jimmy Butler, Miami Heat is going to win, I believe, their fourth championship, and Jimmy Butler is going to obtain his first NBA championship. Straight flat out. I'm just going straight to it. I think the Miami Heat are going to beat and upset the Denver Nuggets. Now I know a lot of people, definitely disagree, because a lot of people basically are picking Denver to win this NBA Finals, this series, and a lot of people are not even expecting it to be a close series. They're expecting Denver to just run through the Miami Heat, but it's sad and it's silly, kind of, and it's really blasphemy, because I mean, that's what I've been telling you guys. For you guys that are subscribed to the channel, if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, I've been saying that in previous content, that Jimmy Butler to me is one, if not the most underrated player in NBA history. You know, this guy has done so much to be to where he just, I feel like the credit that he does not get, it just makes no sense. I can guarantee you, Jimmy Butler, over his time in career in the NBA, he has a more successful career than probably about pretty much 97% of all of y'all most favorite players in the NBA. Straight facts. Once again, Jimmy Butler has had a more successful career since he's been in the league than about 97% of sports fans and you guys at home of whoever you say your favorite and best player is, and you think is the best player. He has been better than most all of them. You would say he, over the past 2 decades, he's been he's in the top three of you're talking about NBA players. Basically, over the past 2 decades, the best NBA players, he's in the top three. Hands down, I think personally. But as I said, people have always underestimated Miami Heat. They've said that, Miami Heat, they didn't expect Miami Heat to be where they are. Everyone expected Milwaukee to run through Miami. Everyone expected New York to spank Miami. Everyone expected Boston to spank Miami. But you see what happened, and it's sad that people are still thinking that this is going to be a sweep series. Honestly, I don't think that this is going to be a sweep NBA Finals. I think that would not be good for the association itself, the franchise. I think that wouldn't be good, especially with all the backlash the NBA, National Basketball Association, has been receiving over the past couple of years. I don't think that would be, and especially this year. This year and last year, boy, the NBA was getting exposed for a lot of things. I just don't think that this is personally going to be. Neither team is going to be blowing out a team like that or just running through them. I don't think that. And I think that doesn't do nothing for the league. I think by this being actually a good series, I think that would be actually beneficial for the actual franchise, the National Basketball Associations. But who knows? But as I said, I take Miami Heat to beat the Denver Nuggets. Now, I have a couple of reasons. One of my first reasons is that this is even though the Denver Nuggets is the number one team in the league this season in the 2022-2023 season. Yeah, that's true. But the Denver Nuggets do not have the experience we're talking about in championship, that championship DNA. The Denver Nuggets does not have that experience. They don't have the championship DNA experience. What I mean by that is this is to be the first time the Denver Nuggets have been in the NBA Finals. And I know a lot of people say, well, that doesn't matter. Well, if you guys take a look back and do your history, it actually does play a factor, a huge factor, because not having that experience of that championship level of the finals, you depending on regardless of what your record is, you can be the best record in the league, but you can go in the finals and wind up just completely collapsing and crashing because you guys don't have that experience. You're not used to being on that big stage like that of the NBA finals. So I think that's going to have a factor also. I think that I just think personally that is due for Jimmy Butler to get his first NBA title, which this actually should be Jimmy Butler on the verge of getting his second NBA titles, because I think everybody can agree that Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat got cheated out of that title in 2023 when they faced LeBron James in the bubble. But yeah, I just think that personally, I think is well overdue for Jimmy Butler, and the fact that Jimmy Butler, he's been in the league for a little while now. So I think that it will be best for him to, if he's going to get one or even more multiple championships, it's best to start getting them now. He doesn't have that much more time in the league. I mean, you have to understand with any sport, especially in particular sports, when you're talking about the wear and tear on the body. You can't expect players to be playing like the average or 75% of most players to play all the way into their 40s and stuff. That's just not realistic. Saying the wear and tear on the body. But I definitely have you guys. I do have the Miami Heat upsetting the Denver Nuggets and winning, and Miami Heat winning I believe their fourth NBA title. You guys correct me on that if I'm wrong, but I think the Miami Heat has 4 NBA titles, I believe. It could be 5, but I think it's 4. Correct me if I'm wrong, you guys. Let me know in the comments how many titles does the Miami Heat franchise already have. But as I said, this would be another NBA championship for the Miami Heat, as well as Jimmy Butler obtaining his first NBA championship and getting his first ring. I think he's well overdue. He deserves it. Well, he definitely deserves it. That man, Jimmy Butler, has put in a lot of work, and his work ethic is just tremendous. I mean, it's out of this world, like this old school sitcom called Evie, Out of This World. I don't know if y'all remember that, but that's how Jimmy Butler, he has elevated. He has definitely elevated himself, continue to grow and improve since he's been in the league. And this is to take no shade or hate towards the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets have done a phenomenal job this season. They have done well, and they did what they need to do as far as it was when the playoffs started. They had to let it be known, like, hey, we got a good record in this regular season, but we coming in these playoffs and we're not playing around neither. So good job for them, especially for sweeping the Los Angeles Lakers in the conference finals. Good job by the Denver Nuggets. But I just think that Denver Nuggets is going to come to an end. Now I got a question for you guys. I got some questions, and I need answers. Y'all, got a question for y'all. All y'all like chicken nuggets, right? Pretty much majority of people like chicken nuggets, right? Y'all like chicken nuggets, right? No matter where you get it from, right? You like them chicken nuggets, right? Let me ask y'all one more thing. Do y'all like cold chicken nuggets? Do y'all like to eat chicken nuggets cold? Do y'all like to eat, when y'all eat chicken nuggets, do y'all eat them cold? No, I don't think so, because I don't. When I eat some chicken nuggets, they got to be cooked. They got to be hot. And the reason why I'm telling y'all is I'm Hansel and Gretel on y'all right now. I'm just going to say it. I'm saying it straight bluntly right now. And we'll see if I'm wrong and if I'm right. That the Miami Heat are about to cook the Denver Nuggets. The Miami Heat, once again, you're hearing it from me and hearing it from me first. I believe that the Miami Heat are about to cook the Denver Nuggets. Even though the Denver Nuggets are the highly favored to win this NBA Finals this year in this series, win this series, I still think that the Miami Heat and Jimmy Butler are going to cook the Denver Nuggets. It only makes sense. Who eats cold nuggets? Who would eat cold nuggets? Your nuggets got to be cooked, right? So you got to have them spicy nuggets, right? So in order for that to happen, you see that what you see how I'm hassling and grabbing y'all right now. I'm leading y'all down a breadcrumb trail. You can't cold nuggets. Who eats some cold nuggets? Them nuggets got to be hot. You know what I'm saying? And if not all the way hot, they got to be warm or something. In order for them nuggets to be warm, the Miami Heat gonna have to cook them nuggets. So that's what I see. A lot of people have right now, definitely Miami, the odds and the biddings, everywhere, the bookies, they have Miami as the underdog, but I and have Denver definitely as a highly favorite. But I definitely believe that Miami Heat is going to win another championship, and Jimmy Butler is going to receive his first NBA title, which is going to even more solidify him. But it's going to put him where he should have been a couple of years ago, in that big mainstream, like where most people are talking about him, where his name is in people's mouths, because there's a lot of people that, oh, this is my favorite player and this person is my favorite player, but they are fraudulent. They have nowhere near success as this man has had. But I just think it's time to do for Jimmy Butler. And I think if he doesn't get multiple, at least he got to get one. I think the time is now, just go ahead and get it now, because we never know how long NBA careers last. But I got Miami Heat winning this series. How long do I think this series go? Honestly, I think this series is going to go maybe 5 or 6 games. I'll say 5 games, maybe 6. Once again, I think this series will go 5 games or maybe 6 games. I don't think it's going to go 7, even though, because another factor I want to paint it, how people say, oh, well, Denver Nuggets had that long rest, saying almost like 9 days rest, but that can kind of play in a factor too, because even though you're a professional team, but when you're sitting and resting for too long of a time and another team has been playing and going, they're ready, turned up. Sometimes that can be a play, have a negative effect, and you have, so that's not always good having that longest thing that break off, but I just think that the Miami Heat about to cook the Denver Nuggets. It only makes sense, because I'm telling y'all right now, I ain't eating no cold nuggets. When I have my nuggets got to be warm. My nuggets got to be hot. And I know some of y'all like them spicy nuggets. So what I mean, that should be the trending thing right now. I might have to put that in the description. Hashtag spicy nuggets. You know what I'm saying? Or something, because the Heat, what I'm saying? The Heat about to cook them nuggets. I'm telling y'all right now. That boy over there in Denver, he's a bad man. Joke it, that boy ain't no joke. But I just think that this is wise. This is going to be the key factor. I'm gonna tell you guys right now what I think is going to be the key factor in this whole series between Miami Heat and the Denver Nuggets. I think that Bam Adebayo is going to be the key factor for the Miami Heat. I think Bam Adebayo is going to do what we haven't seen really of him. I think Bam Adebayo is going to have a good series in this NBA Finals. I think he's going to have a good series. I think Bam Adebayo is going to be the basically that factor, that extra factor, that the reason why the Miami Heat will take out the Denver Nuggets. I think that Bam Adebayo is going to do a very decent job of, if not stopping him, Jokic, because he's hard to stop, but maintaining, keeping him at a maintain to a limited, limiting his production in the series. I think that Bam Adebayo is going to do that, because a lot of people's not going to expect that. And a lot of people's probably not going to expect Adebayo to have a any good games in this series anyway. But I think that's going to be the X factor right there for the Miami Heat. I think that, of course, Jimmy Butler is going to do his job, and he's going to, be getting this team pumped and get the momentum going. But I think that as far as that extra clutch, that extra kick, I think is going to be Bam Adebayo. I think he's going to be giving what everybody's been asking of him. I think Bam Adebayo is going to have a good series in this. This is going to be a good series from him. I think he's going to, like I said, I think he's not going to stop. He's not going to stop Jokic, but he's definitely going to hold him to a minimum. I guarantee you that. But that's all I have for you guys. I want to thank you guys for tuning in once again to the channel. I want to thank you guys that are subscribing to the channel. You much love and much support, much appreciated for you guys' support. New content is always going to be coming. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you like anything what you heard, and make sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button and click that notification button so you'll be up to date and you'll get alerts when new contents drop on the channel. I'm curious to know what you guys' picks are. Who do you guys think that are going to win this NBA Finals this year. Whether it's going to be the Denver Nuggets or the Miami Heat. But that's all I have for you guys. As I said, once again, you guys, I'm saying it again, I'm calling it. The Miami Heat are going to upset the Denver Nuggets. The series is going to go about 5, maybe 6 games. But I think that Miami is going to wrap this series up 4-2. No. 4-1. Miami is going to win this series 4-1 or either 4-2. 6 games. If it's 4-2, it's going to go 6 games. But if it's 5 games, it's going to be 4-1 Miami. That's all I have for you guys. I want to thank you guys for taking the time to tune into the channel. Much love, appreciation once again to you guys. So until next time, peace.